We're very graced, and I'm very pleased to have a politician here tonight, the federal member for Sydney, Tanya Plibersek. Now, Tanya's been in Parliament for quite a long time. I think she's a great orator and a powerful, wonderful person who is loved by the community. And how long, Tanya, have you been in Parliament?
16.
16 years. See? Everybody loves Tanya. Now, I want to say that we used to be in her jurisdiction, but somebody changed the boundaries. I don't know why they did that. So Tanya used to visit me often and come even and read poems. She has read poems, and she would send me a birthday card. So I've known Tanya a long time, and I love her. And I'm really, really grateful, Tanya, that you've come here to speak to us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we're meeting on tonight, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I also want to say how fantastic it was to hear Anna Kiko just then. I want to acknowledge the Mamapalooza Festival Sydney organisers, Catherine Walsh, V. Malner, Joan Garvin and Anna Kerr. And I want to particularly thank Leslie Dimmick and the TAP Gallery for hosting a fantastic exhibition. The only thing I don't like about Leslie, she gave me too much of a wind-up promotion then, and now I'm feeling under pressure. Other than that, every single thing is perfect about Leslie. And one of the perfect things about her is that she makes sure that this fantastic space is available to a whole wide variety of artists for a whole wide variety of purposes. And I think that actually brings us to the topic of tonight's exhibition and the Mamapalooza Festival in its entirety. When you look around, you see an extraordinary diversity of artistic expression, and I think that that reflects well the extraordinary diversity of experiences of motherhood. Every woman is different, every man is different, every person is different. But one of the things that artistic endeavour and communication more generally do for us is help us in the search for common experience and common purpose. And I think that that balance between the unique and what it is that makes us all human, what it is that connects each of us, is expressed very beautifully in many of these artworks tonight. The hidden stolen moments is, I think, one of the themes that the Mamapalooza organisers have talked about, and the stolen moments that mothers need once they become mothers to pursue their artistic endeavours. There's a kind of difference between working 9 to 5 and, well, there's many differences between working 9 to 5 and being an artist. The first one gets you paid. There is a kind of bizarrely a kind of freedom sometimes in having to be at work at a particular time to undertake a set requirement, a list of duties, and then being able to end that list of duties and go back to your other life, your family and the rich life of the heart that you have at home. And I think one of the difficulties for artists is that border is a much more permeable border. It's very easy for your life of the heart to take up all of your available time and reduce the amount of output of your artistic expression. And I think that it seems to me that it must be a struggle to carve out some of that time for yourself. I know that people often ask me, do I have hobbies? Do I, have any time to myself? And the answer is generally no. But when I was breastfeeding my first daughter, who's now 13, this is how seldom these occasions come up. I can actually remember it. When I was still feeding her, so she would have been about a year old, I took the day off to go to, it was a Saturday, the day off work and family, to go to the Art Gallery of New South Wales because they had a fantastic exhibition of Japanese art that reflected the representation of seasons in Japanese art, and they were most beautiful screens and woodblock prints and so on. And I went with my art teacher from high school, who I'm still in contact with, and just taking that day and not working and not being home to feed my daughter felt like the most incredible self-indulgence. I told my friend earlier that I was going to make a revelation tonight. I do also have one other stolen moment. It's on the plane on the way home from Canberra on a Thursday night. I can often be found with a woman's day. But we're not telling anyone that, okay? That's just our little secret.
You read the recipes, don't you?
I read the trash. I read all the recipes. I can never work out why the same magazine has a diet story next to the feature about chocolate. So anyway, but that is my other stolen moment. The other observation I'd make about being a mother is I asked Meredith Bergman before I was ever elected to Parliament, Meredith, how do you do it? You're a member of Parliament, you're a single mum, you're raising a son. And she said, if a thing's worth doing, it's worth doing badly. And I think she wasn't commenting on her own performance in the job. She was making a joke about the fact that we put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfectionists, and many of you would experience that both in your lives and in your artwork, that actually sometimes just letting go and living and doing it is probably the thing that allows you to continue to find those moments for yourself. I want to just finish by saying one thing. I said at the beginning how every person is different, every man, every woman, every mother is different. But it's interesting even how becoming a mother changes your views. Society views you differently, that's for sure. Your own view about what's important in life, of course, is affected by this, enormous additional responsibility of this life that you are, it's your responsibility to shepherd. But one of the things that I've noticed since becoming a mother, this is just one difference, is my sympathies are completely changed when I read Jane Austen. I used to read Pride and Prejudice and think that stupid Mrs. Bennet, why does she carry on that much? Now I understand that a mother of 5 portionless daughters would have been worried in that day and age, and she doesn't seem quite so foolish to me anymore. So I think just as the world views us differently, our own view of the world changes with this additional responsibility. And there is something common to that, I think. So thank you all for inviting me this evening. A marvellous exhibition, and I wish you all every success.
Thank you.
Next Prime Minister.